Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is a first impressions. This is really cool. This is, if you know Oswald, Mr. Oz, his YouTube channel is called Mr. Oz. He's been a guest on this channel a few times. He has a great nose and does amazingly detailed reviews. He's fantastic. Got a huge collection. Is knowledgeable on a wide range of indie niche, more unusual fragrances. And he's come out with his own brand. If you're not following, I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel below. Subscribe to his channel. But he's launched his own brand. He's making his own perfume the same way that I am. So everything is done by him. He's come up with the formulas, he's blended them, he's made big batches, he's bottled them. The full presentation, everything is Oz, which is amazing. And he was kind enough to send me a sample set. At the moment, the sample set are only available in America and Canada. That might change in the future, but at the moment it's US, Canada only. But he was kind enough to send me a sample set of these. I'm really excited to try them. This is blind for me. I've got his website up with the official note lists. I'm going to smell them for the first time now. So I'm really excited. I'm sure he's done a fantastic job. I can see all the colours of the juice and they're all different colours. I'm excited for him. It's cool. The brand is called Motif Olfactif. And yeah, we're going to get into it. The first one. So the first one is, hold on. The first one is Datoma Azuma. This one, there's a video I will link of Oz explaining the ideas behind all the fragrances, so that'll be in the description below. But this one, Toma is the town where his mother grew up, and Zuma is the town his father grew up, and this one has a memory of walking between the two through kind of sandy kind of desert landscapes and going between the two towns. So yeah, this one, the notes are... So this one, the notes are coffee, cardamom and cocoa with vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, nutmeg and cedar. Wow. Okay. It's dark, it's rich. I get a lot of the coffee. There's kind of almost a leathery vibe. It's kind of very deep brown, earthy. You get quite a bit of the coffee and the woods, and you can smell the resins too. I get the cardamom. The cardamom's kind of got a bit of a punch to it. This is interesting. This is quite unique. I haven't smelt. I can't compare this to another fragrance. It's an interesting balance between this kind of earthy, rich, brown coffee bean smell with this slight, you get a slight bit of the benzoin, the resin, it's slightly sweet. You get kind of the cooling spice of the cardamom. It's not too sweet, although it's got cocoa and tonka and vanilla in here. It's not too sweet. The coffee and the brown kind of elements, and I guess the cocoa as well, make it quite rich, deep, dark. Very interesting, very cool. I like the balance of the spice. This is good stuff. His balancing is very good here. This is unique. It's interesting. It's a winter fragrance for sure. Nighttime. I would actually say it's unisex. I think some women might be put off thinking it's a bit too heavy for them, so maybe some people would say it's masculine, but I don't see any reason why a woman couldn't wear it. This is very rich, it's quite bold, but at the same time it's quite smooth. Very good. Yeah, interesting. If you like coffee, you like... although I say coffee, it's not like smelling a pot of coffee beans. You don't get, it's not completely coffee. You get the balance of all the notes, but it gives you that kind of brown, kind of dry, slightly earthy kind of tonality that's put the kind of impression of leather in my brain because of the colour of the scent, so to speak. Yeah, very cool. I like this one. The next one is called Mon Oasis, and the notes are yuzu, pear and lavender with vetiver, oak moss, hay, tobacco, sandalwood, jasmine, musk and cedar. So we'll give this one a spritz. Wow. Very smooth. You get the yuzu from the top. This is nice. It's very easy to wear. Very unisex. A woman or a man could wear it. Again, I think he's got quite nice balance and harmony here. The yuzu is what I'm smelling the most. I think you get kind of a little bit of a vibe of pear. It's like yeah, like a very smooth fruit. Yeah, interesting. So this one, straight away, I'm imagining spring, summertime, beautiful weather, clear water, I guess oasis. This is lovely. I'm not getting too much of the other notes: lavender, vetiver, oak moss, hay, tobacco. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe a little bit of the tobacco coming through, but I'm smelling the top notes obviously at the moment. Mainly that kind of yuzu-y, pear, kind of fruity, kind of accord on the top is what you smell the most in the opening. I'd imagine obviously as this dries down you're going to start smelling those bass notes more obviously. So it'd be interesting to see how this one dries down and changes. It's already starting to fade from those fruity kind of opening. Nice. Yeah, you start to get a little bit of the hay and the tobacco coming through, just a little bit. I'm going to obviously review these in full. This is just a first impression. But very nice. So that might transition into being like a spring summer kind of fragrance, into maybe even being more of an autumn fragrance with those bass notes. So I think interesting, the balance there from the top to the bottom. Smells good though. Yeah, we'll move on to the next one. The next one is called I can't pronounce this. I'm not going to pronounce this because I'll butcher the name. I'll put it up on the screen though, and I'll look up the notes now. So looking up the notes for this one, we've got frankincense, elm, rhubarb, pear, rose, oak wood, cedarwood, vetiver, olibanum and tonka. So this one has quite an interesting note breakdown. Ooh. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Rhubarb isn't a note that you smell too much in fragrances. This one does have kind of a tart, yeah, slightly a tart, acidic rhubarb note. Very interesting. I get the wood straight away. I can smell the oak wood for sure. Oak wood is quite a unique smelling material. I get the oak wood, I get this kind of tart, rhubarby brightness. And you can definitely smell the frankincense coming through between all of that. So you get this kind of natural kind of incensey, cooling frankincense, and the frankincense is almost slightly peppered or spiced in a way, but cooling. Incensey resinous, I can imagine natural incense burning, but with this kind of tart, rhubarby kind of interesting, a fruity accord, and this kind of rich, smooth, dark wood of the oak wood. This is really good. This is quite a unique, interesting fragrance. I like this. This is going to satisfy curiosity of kind of a niche head. It's an interesting composition. This is cool. I'm impressed. I think Oz is got a real talent here for making interesting fragrances. This actually smells wearable. It's not like crazy artistic in a way that you wouldn't be able to wear it. It actually, you could definitely easily wear it, although it's kind of unusual, but cool. And yeah, I like this one. This is, I would say autumn would be the ideal season, autumn, winter. Again, I think generally unisex, but some women might think it's a little bit masculine. I'm not sure there. I don't see any reason why a woman couldn't wear it though, personally. I think it does a good job at being unisex. It smells more casual. I wouldn't wear this to work, so to speak. But casual or dressed up away from a work setting, I think in the cooler weather would be excellent. It's an interesting fragrance. I like this one. The frankincense note's really nice in here with the balance of the notes there. Very nice, very cool. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, another one I can't pronounce, apart from Chypre at the end there. I'll put it on the screen for you, and I'll just look up the notes. So this one has the highest concentration that I've seen so far. 33% concentration. So this is full on extrait. The colour is amazing. It's like a rich, deep brown colour. And I'll read you the notes. This one has Targets, which is marigold. From Googling it, I actually didn't know. Neroli, iris, orris butter, jasmine sambac, patchouli, leather, tobacco, oak moss, civet, and musk. So this one has got the most kind of interesting, kind of crazy notes in here. So we'll see how much the civet comes out in this one. Hopefully it's just a little pinch. Wow, okay. Oh, okay. Well, at first, my first instinct was, oh, kind of dirty floral. It's kind of a little bit, it's definitely floral, but there's a slight, not quite indolic, but kind of raunchy, a little bit dirty floral. And then I got a waft of the orris butter, and I was like, oh, I like that. I like the orris butter in here. And it's that kind of dirty element from the top is toning down. The orris butter comes through well. There's definitely a harmony of florals in here. And I do get the leather. Interesting. So this is, it opens up kind of a little bit brave, and you think, oh, it's kind of a dirty floral. And then you get the kind of this smooth orris butter note coming through, just a vibe of it, and then it goes into smelling of this kind of rich brown leather. Suede leather, it's smooth suede leather, and with a balance of these floral notes. The good news is the civet doesn't pop out to me. I don't get like knocked in the face with rotten cheese and poo, which civet can do. So it's used in a small little amount here. But this one, I would class this as a leather fragrance. I get leather predominantly now. Opened up, like I say, kind of dirty floral, then a little bit of orris butter, and then woof, into this kind of brown leather, supported by these floral notes, and the jasmine as well. And the jasmine can have, to me, suedey, leathery aspects to jasmine, the texture of it when you smell it. And I think that plays a role in supporting this kind of leather accord. So it's interesting. It's like a floral leather fragrance. This one I personally wouldn't wear. This one isn't personally my taste, but I appreciate what's going on here though. I would say definitely unisex, and colder weather, autumn, winter. I would say if you like jasmine and leather specifically, this will be one you want to check out. It is quite interesting. I got this whiff of kind of orris butter in the opening. I was like, oh, I love that. But it's kind of toned down now. I don't quite get the orris butter anymore. I get more of the kind of the leather and the jasmine now. So it definitely went through transitions of kind of this floral accord that was a little bit skanky, and then into kind of an orris buttery kind of vibe, and then into leather, and yeah, it's cool, and jasmine. So interesting. I don't know how these perform. Obviously, this is literally the first time I've ever smelled them, but they're interesting blends. The pricing for this one is $150 for the 50ml, but the average price for most of them is $130 for the 50ml. There's one at $140, and then this one is the most expensive at $150. So we'll move on. I think there's only one left, so we'll check out the last one. So the last one is called Nectar Boisé, and I'll just bring the notes up for you. So this one, the notes are fruits, cardamom, galbanum, vetiver, sandalwood, cedar, labdanum, vanilla, tolu balm, and patchouli. And yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Ooh. Yeah, you get a fruitiness in the opening. This is interesting. The color of the stripe on the box there is kind of yellows, a little bit of green, a little bit kind of orangey reds, and the color of the presentation of the sleeve of the box is kind of a photographic representation image of how the scent should smell when relating to color to paint picture of scent, which I think is cool. I like that. So this one, you get a light, playful fruitiness. The cardamom is subtle. The galbanum is subtle, but giving just a hint of green. It's hard to pick out like specific notes at the moment other than a general light, playful fruitiness with just a tight kind of slight green nuance. This will obviously change as it dries down into the base with notes of the woods and the resins and the vanilla and patchouli. This one I would say is definitely unisex and summer spring, autumn, casual, very easy to wear. I think all of them, generally speaking, are not so crazy that you can't wear them. Some fragrances go into trying to be overly artistic, where it gets to the point where you really don't have an occasion to wear them very often. These do a really good job of being actually wearable. This one is not my personal taste. I'm not too into fruity kind of fragrances that way, for my personal choice. But if you like a more like kind of light, playfully fruity kind of scents, then that'll be interesting to you. But I'll go back. And I'm going to be wearing these on skin and telling you how they dry down, how long they last, and doing full reviews. This is first impressions. I think it's shows a delicate hand in balance and harmony of notes. I think they're well composed. I think they're interesting. Definitely give them a try. If you can get a sample pack, these are worth your time checking out. So we'll go back and I'll smell them again, and I'll try and give you a favourite of mine. I think my favourite is this, for sure, is this rhubarb and frankincense combination. I think that's really interesting. Wale, I cannot pronounce this Oz, but this one is my favourite. I like the unusual kind of tart, rhubarby kind of sweetness with this cooling, incensey frankincense note. Yeah, very interesting. That one is definitely my favourite one. But all of them, interesting, wearable, and individual. That, like I say, I can't compare them. I'm going to do full reviews of them. I'm going to start off with my favourite one. And yeah, I'm excited. I think congratulations, Oz. I hope you do really well. I look forward to see what you do in the future. I'm gonna wear these fully on my skin and do some full reviews later. Links below to check out these if you want to get a sample set. Yeah, very cool. Indie perfumery is awesome. I love it. It feels more, I don't know, creative and human. There's a human aspect to it. There's a personality to it. You know that there's a real person that has a real passion, that put real effort into making something real and tangible from their own imagination and mind, and created it into a physical thing that you can then experience and share. So it's exciting rather than just more kind of commercialized, general, huge factory-made stuff, if you know what I mean. The indie brands like this have more personality, I think, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, very impressive. Check them out if you haven't got a sample set yet, and let me know if there's a specific one you'd like me to review, and I'll try to pull those out sooner than others. But I'll start with my personal favourites and move on. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Links below, and I'll see you guys next time with another one. Bye, everyone.